Prime Minister Skerritt presented a motion for the approval of supplementary estimates of expenditure for the financial year ending June 30, 2013 at the House of Parliament on Wednesday. ECTEL's Council of Ministers to meet here from Thursday, and Jean Joseph, Woman of Great Esteem of Excellence, hands Global Crystal to government. Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Tarnia Green. Stay with us for the details of the headline stories and others right after the break.
There is a silent, invisible killer in our midst, a killer which largely goes unnoticed as it plies its deadly trade. Its name is secondhand tobacco smoke, which has a far greater impact on persons inhaling this poison than on smokers themselves. Secondhand tobacco smoke is especially detrimental in public places and negatively impacts our national health as well as public health expenditure. Stop this invisible killer now. Say no to secondhand tobacco smoke in public places. A public health message brought to you by the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. The fourth meeting of the fourth session of the 8th Parliament under the Commonwealth of Dominica Constitution got underway on Wednesday at the House of Assembly. A number of items were down on the order paper. During this sitting, Parliament is expected to review an Electronic Funds Transfer Act. The legislation addresses the protection of intellectual property on the World Wide Web, as well as hacking, and seeks to prevent the misuse of data by making it illegal for people to invade the privacy of individuals who supply information such as their credit cards. Other bills tabled in Parliament at this sitting included a bill for an act to amend the Marriage Act, Chapter 3501, a bill for an act to amend the Public and Police Services Commissions, to amend the Immigration and Passport Act, and one to give effect to the revised Treaty of Bastille, including the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Economic Union. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, moved a motion for supplementary estimates of expenditure for the financial year ending June 30, 2013. This amounted to $78,816,834.91.
This presentation is in accordance with the provisions of Section 81 of the Commonwealth of Dominica Constitution Order 1978, as well as Section 12 of the Finance Administration Act Number 4 of 1994. These statutes allow the government the flexibility of incurring expenditure not originally approved in the annual budget and subsequently seeking approval of the Parliament for such spending. The sums were appropriated as follows: 52% or $41,333,617 was financed from local resources. 39% or $30,464,701 was spent from loan funds, and 9% or $7,018,512 was grant funded.
The Prime Minister listed details of expenditure for the above stated period. Parliament was adjourned until Thursday, October 24th at 10 a.m. In more news, Dominican resident in New York, Jean Joseph, the recipient of the 2013 Woman of Great Esteem Award of Excellence, handed over the Global Crystal to the government of Dominica during a special ceremony at the House of Assembly on Wednesday. The Global Crystal was presented to Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt and will be housed for 1 year in the Prime Minister's office, where a wide cross-section of the population will have an opportunity to view it. In presenting the crystal, Miss Jean Joseph said this award, which was given to her by the Q Kingdom Ministries in New York for her excellence in the field of accounting and her knowledge of U.S. tax laws, is testament that Dominican women who have migrated continue to excel.
Dominica has now joined the elite list of countries which has been recognized by this esteemed organization. I am who I am today because I migrated from Dominica with a solid foundation. It is a foundation which includes the fear of God, hard work, determination, and a passion to excel. I am a graduate of the Convent High School and Teachers College. Taught at St. Martin's School Vocational Section for 9 years. Please don't let this tell my age. I left Dominica in 1978 to pursue a degree in accounting. I am now a certified public accountant. It was not always an easy road, I can tell you. The road is rough. I remained focused and achieved my goal. This award is a clear manifestation that no matter where you are, where you come from, small island people, you can succeed.
Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, in accepting the prestigious award, congratulated Miss Jean Joseph on her accomplishments.
I first of all want to recognize the executive and members of the Q Kingdom Ministries, which is the parent company of the Women of Great Esteem organization, for bestowing this high award on a daughter of the soil of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Miss Jean Joseph, and for recognizing her contribution to not only the development of the United States of America, but the development of our own home country, Dominica, and by extension, the rest of the world. And I often say that a Dominican is a Dominican irrespective of where you reside. What differentiates you between those who are interested in Dominica and those who are not interested in Dominica is by what you say and what you do for Dominica. If we are concerned about Dominica's development, we will all join hands to build this country. And Miss Joseph has been doing so from the time she left Dominica in 1978. She's been making a tremendous contribution in many regards, very quietly, to the advancement of our citizens and this beautiful country. So we salute you, Ms. Joseph. We celebrate your achievement as if it was us receiving it. And I am very delighted to be sitting among women of great esteem.
The Global Crystal will move to the country of the next recipient of the Woman of Great Esteem Award of Excellence next year.
And moving along, the government of Dominica is currently in contact with a group of vessel operators to determine all the issues needed to be considered in acquiring a vessel primarily for transporting Dominica's agricultural commodities. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit told a press conference on Monday that the availability of a cargo vessel will enable hucksters and companies involved in the trade of agricultural goods to take advantage of markets in the south of the Caribbean.
As it is now, the transportation south of Dominica is highly compromised, and we are unable to take advantage of the markets in Barbados and Trinidad and so forth because of the inadequacies of the transportation to the south. We are in discussions with private sector boat owners, and the intention is that the government will purchase this boat and enter into a management contract with a Dominican who will be able to manage and operate this boat. Because the government's real interest is the facilitation of of export, the facilitation of trade, which will no doubt will bring immense opportunities insofar as job creations are concerned.
In recent times, both Dexia and DAPEX have experienced difficulty in taking advantage of export opportunities available to them because of their inability to secure transportation when needed and at rates which are economically viable. The government of Dominica is hoping that the private sector will express interest in partnering with it in this enterprise.
The Dominica Police Force issued its second traffic safety and security statement on Wednesday morning, just 2 days ahead of the 17th World Creole Music Festival. Superintendent David Andrew dealt with the safety and security aspect of arrangements. In accordance with the objective to reduce the number of incidents between the Creole in the Park event and the World Creole Music Festival, a patrol system has been implemented. This patrol also protects cruise visitors to the island when the first ship docks on Thursday.
All the scenic spots will be covered where we know our patrons, our visitors and tourists are likely to visit even while they are paying attention to the Windsor Park activity. We will detain event disruptors without hesitation to prevent breaches of the peace. We will patrol all our tourist sites within a 14-mile radius outside of the Windsor Park Stadium.
Superintendent Andrew also outlined the arrangements for smooth entry into the music festival.
Ticket presentation is going to be right where this arrow is pointing. You enter here, your ticket is verified, your pass is verified, your accreditation scrutinized, and once we are satisfied, you're allowed into this next point where is a security checkpoint. When we are going in, we are going to hear VIP here will pass through this entrance. Then we're going to have a female line, followed by a male line, followed by a female line, and then a male line. That's where we do the ticket processing. We'll cross-check the tickets.
Security for the event is top priority for police. Here's more from Superintendent Andrew's presentation.
There is a very, very important point. That is the gate control for very important persons, where the President, the Prime Minister, and the Speaker of the House will enter. And that is at the SAT entrance. We normally refer to it as the SAT entrance. And no unauthorized persons besides the very important persons will be allowed to enter in through that gate. Once you are not falling within that definition or within that category, you will be turned out. The area between the stands and the stage is going to be an area, if you don't want to sit, this is the area where people can be standing who want to shake a muscle and dance a little bit as the stage performers go on. That is that area here, and if you notice there is fencing, a wire fencing depicted here in white going all around. So this enclosure will be where persons who do not want to sit at their seat on the stands will be able to stand.
Regarding the traffic and vehicular arrangements for that period, Acting Superintendent Ainsworth Irish discussed the designated parking zones and traffic flow instructions.
No parking will be allowed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the following areas. On either side of Valley Road, from its intersection with Bath Road to the Bath Estate Bridge, there will be absolutely no parking from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And obviously that is so because we want to ensure that the emergency vehicles can move, and also we want to ensure that there's no persons going to impede the free flow of traffic. Either side of Boys Avenue from the intersection with Bath Road and the area adjacent to the Dominica Public Service, there will be absolutely no parking. As you can see, it's a very narrow lane here, and in the event there is any emergency, we want to ensure that the traffic can flow freely, and also the public. Either side of the New Link Road from the Bath Estate Bridge to the New Bridge, that is, north of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
The officer says this arrangement provides for any emergency situations which may arise. Here's more from his presentation.
On either side of Bath Road from its junction with the Kings Hill, Mon, Monbruce Road to the Botanic Gardens south on the southwestern gate. There will be no parking on that side. In addition to that, there will be one lane side parking. That is to say, one lane parking will be permitted on the following streets. On the western side of Independence Street from the junction of River Street to Bath Road, we'll allow persons to park on that side, on one side. And also on the western side of Bath Road from the Gardens southwestern gate to Cork Street, there'll be one side parking. And on the northern side of King George V Street from Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard to Bath Road, there will be one side parking. On the western side of Great George Street from King George V Street to the riverside, there'll be one side parking. And on the northern side of Hillsborough Street from Bath Road to the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, we expect to have one side parking there also. And I can go on to qualify it further by stating that on the southern side of Cork Street, from the Bath Road to Dame Eugenia Boulevard, there'll be one side parking. Also on the northern side of River Street, from its junction with the Bath Road to Old Street. On the western side of Victoria Street, from Suki's gas station to the roundabout near Fort Young, there'll be one side parking there. And on the northern side of Federation Drive, from Goodwill Road to the hospital roundabout, there'll be one side parking. And the reason for that, you have the hospital, and if you permit any double parking there, it's going to cause a sort of bottleneck, if you will, and congestion. And that we want to minimize the sort of obstruction that is likely to occur with the number of vehicles coming to the city. And of course, parking will be permitted in the designated bays on the northern side and southern side of Rose Street and the Link Road, and the EC Low Black Bridge to Murphy's Lane. So parking will be allowed on that area. On Kennedy Avenue, of course, from its junction with Independence Street, save for local access to permit individuals again with their vehicles and who live in the area to move in. Access will be granted only to owners of motor vehicles who reside on that portion of Kennedy Avenue and Hillsborough Street, where the road intersects with the road from Independence Street. Absolutely no double parking will be permitted on any road in the city.
In addition to these instructions, motorists are cautioned against moving any traffic signs. The compliance of the public is strongly solicited.
In other news, Dominica's Agriculture Minister, Honorable Matthew Walter, has challenged a recently formed private sector entity to do more than just export Dominica's raw materials. The minister told representatives of the Dominica Agricultural Producers and Exporters Limited, DAPEX, at a press conference on Monday that the company should seek to further explore the use of Dominica's raw materials.
So what we have been doing over the years, that we have been exporting all our raw materials, even to Caribbean countries and extra regional countries, and they have been producing byproducts, with our raw materials and exporting it to Dominica, and we purchase those things at a more expensive price on the supermarket shelves.
The Agriculture Minister noted that it is important that the private sector recognizes this trend and do something to reverse it by embarking on value-added enterprises. He said the conversion of Dominica's agricultural raw materials into manufactured goods can create employment, generate economic activity, specifically in the rural districts of this country. The minister is suggesting that government could assist where necessary.
We understand quite clearly that they cannot do it alone. And the Labour Party, being sensitive of that situation, will partner with any private sector interest group to ensure that we achieve those objectives in Dominica.
The minister used the opportunity to encourage DAPEX to be a role model.
DAPEX must be a role model. Must be a role model. If they call themselves a producer organization, they have to be a role model, in the production of agricultural raw materials. Can't they have, let us say, a banana model farm? Can't they have a Tarnia model farm? Can they have a Dashin model farm? Can't they have, a vegetable model farm? They have to be a role model, okay? And I'm challenging them this morning. And I have spoken to Mr. Prevost several times on that subject matter.
On Monday, October 21st, the government of Dominica presented a check of an interest-free loan valued at $400,000 to DAPEX, which will allow the company to purchase produce from local farmers.
Meanwhile, farmers and agriculturists are being told to expand and diversify into more varied crops. That came from Community Development Minister Honorable Gloria Shillingford speaking at Market Day with the Difference in Marigot last Saturday.
I urge you to move away from farming merely for the local market. Expand into establishment of sustainable business enterprises, which will foster greater value for your product and ultimately increase economic growth. Farmers, I urge you to continue to diversify your production. Make good use of the assistance being provided from the Ministry of Agriculture through its extension staff, and plant crops which are in demand from the hotels and restaurants as well as regional markets. In this way, you will not only be helping yourselves, but also providing support to the tourism industry and increasing foreign exchange.
The minister issued another call, this time to young people, to seek and utilize the financial opportunities in farming. Honorable Shillingford told the nation's youth to take pride in their roots as, quote, banana children.
There are opportunities in agriculture for you too. There is nothing degrading about farming, fishing, or vending. When you go to your farm with your boots, when you leave your farm and you earn your money, you dress just like the doctor, the lawyer, the nurse, whoever it is. And this is the background that has brought all of us to what we are today. We are the banana children. Yes, the banana is going down, but we can be other children using the soil. You can take these occupations to a higher level by exploiting all the opportunities which are available to you nowadays.
Market Day with the Difference took place simultaneously in Portsmouth and Marigot on October 19th. On the 26th, the work of more farmers and vendors will be highlighted at Market Day with the Difference in Roseau. That event will feature an address from Dominica's Trade Minister, as well as cultural presentations and an awards segment. It begins at 8 a.m.
And the 11th edition of Lime's Creole in the Park, the biggest daytime event during Dominica's independence season, formally opened with a bang at the Botanic Gardens on Tuesday afternoon. The event, which was scheduled to have kicked off on Monday, had to be pushed back one day later due to inclement weather conditions Sunday and early Monday morning, which left the grounds of the park unsuitable to accommodate large crowds. Notwithstanding the delay, however, General Manager of Lime Dominica, Jeffrey Baptiste, was quick to remind patrons why the event has become so popular among Dominicans and visitors alike.
The Lime Creole in the Park sets the tone and scene for the perfect reunion with friends, family and colleagues. A place where we can all gather to share and partake in all of what is truly Dominican, as far as culture, entertainment and talent are concerned.
Baptiste told the opening ceremony that this year's edition of Lime Creole in the Park will focus on promoting new and upcoming local talent, as well as more experienced Dominican artists.
This year, we are coming full circle from the first Creole in the Park, staged in 2003. Under the theme, Celebrating Our Local Talents, the 11th edition focuses on our local musical artists who have blazed the trail and excelled in promoting Dominica's unique brand of cadas, bouillon, and other genres of our local brand of music. Having given performance opportunities to selected foreign acts over the past years, all in an effort to create an avenue for visual mentorship and networking opportunities for some of our local budding musicians, the time has come to return to a purely local and authentic schedule of performances.
Community Development Minister Honorable Gloria Shillingford, who represented Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit at the event, offered her words of congratulations to Lime for its major contribution to cultural development in Dominica.
I therefore wish to commend Lime as a corporate entity which has demonstrated yearly that it can make a difference in creating opportunity for people to have fun, food, and a festive time in one of the wonders of Dominica, our botanic garden, while engaging in economic activities for the improvement in the lives of our people.
During Tuesday's opening ceremony, Lime's credit control manager, Philipson Bertie Bertrand, received the Special Employee Recognition Award from Lime for his years of valuable service to the company. He was recognized for his outstanding skills and remarkable work ethics towards the successful execution of the Lime Creole in the park.
The Council of Ministers of the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority, ECTEL, will begin its 28th regular meeting here in Dominica on Thursday. The Council of Ministers, which comprises the telecommunications ministers of member states, will meet on both Thursday and Friday in Portsmouth at the Regent's Hotel. Included on the agenda is discussion on the use of the 700 megahertz spectrum. This is an important swath of spectrum made available as a result of the digital television transition. Another important item to be discussed by the ministers of St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Dominica, Grenada and St. Vincent is the CWC Columbus Strategic Alliance. This is a joint venture formed by Cable and Wireless and Columbus Networks to provide international wholesale bandwidth to communication companies in the Caribbean and Americas region. At that meeting, the ministers, private sector partners, experts, policy makers, as well as the Inter-American Development Bank will make presentations. The meeting is expected to end with the formal signing of project letters for support for regional projects in the areas of broadband, cybersecurity, and spectrum management. Before we leave you, here are a few important announcements. The Establishment Personnel and Training Department is pleased to announce that a workshop on conflict management is scheduled to be held at the Public Service Training Center from November 26 to the 27th, 2013. The objective of the program is to make participants aware of common types of conflict within an organization and to understand key managerial actions and structures aimed at minimizing or resolving conflicts. The program targets senior and middle-level managers from various ministries and departments. All sessions will be held from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Nominations should be reached by the Establishment Personnel and Training Department by Thursday, October 31st, 2013. And the Establishment Personnel and Training Department is pleased to announce that a workshop on government accounting procedures is scheduled to be held at the Public Service Training Center from November 13th through the 15th, 2013, and November 19th to the 21st, 2013. The aim of the program is to provide participants with the knowledge and skills to perform accounting duties effectively in government accounting units. It will also provide an opportunity for a cadre of officers to broaden their career prospects within the public service. The program targets officers at the senior clerk and executive officer levels who have indicated a keen interest but have had little or no work experience in government accounting procedures. The course is also open to officers within the accounting stream who have not previously attended the training program. Sessions from November 13th to the 15th will be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily at the Public Service Training Center, while sessions from November 19th to the 21st will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Computer Center. Nominations should be received by the Establishment, Personnel and Training Department by Thursday, October 31st, 2013. And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Acting Minister Public Works Honorable Johnson Drago, qui a fait parole que le gouvernement dépensé l'argent à ses chemins ouvre Gotha en Marigot. Ministre Drago fait parole ça pendant il répond check sur le Parlement Honorable Edison James en Parlement Jadéa.
Nous en charge tout chemin en pays. Et monsieur James Simadon check sur compte chemin ouvre Gotha en Marigot. Et puis dernière fois le Parlement joint, nous t'ai informé monsieur James que le gouvernement travaille à l'échimé ça à Marigot. Ça nous fait Engineer Ministry Public Works fait assessment chemin ça au Vagota et puis gouvernement fait l'argent available et puis nous fait toutes ces plus mauvais sections en chemin au Vagota. Ça c'est place qui la dalle était supposée manger, nous manger patching là qui était supposée faite en so on pour faire chemin en manière primaire. Et bien, l'autre phase chimère, nous qui fait toute chimère à Marigot. Comme ça, nous avons une responsabilité pour toute chimère pays. Et bien, le gouvernement, nous pour manager ça bien. Parce que valeur dommage, global en chimère, fallement, nous ne pouvons pas jamais tout l'argent nous besoin pour manger toute chimère pays en même temps. Parce qu'il y a venu $1 million. Quand on a un supplementary estimate, le gouvernement a aujourd'hui presque $7 millions aller en affaires disaster après disaster fait dans le pays pour manger chemin, clear drain and so on. So Marigot a tombé en grand travail pays et puis le gouvernement qui fait tout ça IP par Marigot quand il a fait par toutes les autres communes en toute communauté à Dominique.
À la nouvelle, police Dominique échoue mesure mettait en place pour le festival créole mondial l'année 2013. Selon superintendent police David Andrew, mesure mettait en place pour contrôler le trafic en ville Ozo.
Nous avons une information et puis pour dire que mesure nous mettre en place pour voyager Wandisma Ozo, Wandisma stadium là festé pour 3 nuits qui prend place. Vous savez, Ozo pas qu'à venir plus loin, mais tous les jours, vous avez plus de voitures à ce chemin. So, si nous ne pas mettre bagaille en ordre, nous avons un problème à ce moment. So, ça nous fait que nous développer en façon, nous développer en musique, et puis nous avons même public là, information, comment pour conduire, comment pour mettre voiture, pour nous pas de tellement de problèmes à ce chemin.
Andrew aussi parle contre la sécurité.
Nous avons information aussi, nous avons mis nous mettons à place, nous disons pour nous ticket pour entrer, yo pas pour entrer puis outils à place là, même si on est en licence pour un fusil, c'est pas pour entrer en Windsor Park et puis fusil ça. Nous quand baillons envie mettez fusil à police station, mettez à police station Ozo station n'importe police station what is ma pays et si vous paniquez en face en station mettez en place où ça et qui était là jusqu'à où vivre.
La nouvelle saison touriste de l'année 2013-2014 qui est officiellement ouverte en Dominique jeudi. Dominique expecte bateau Norwegian Sun et puis MV Aurora qui est là yon un cruise ship both à Ozo et puis l'autre là en Focolé. Pour cérémonie avant salam, il y a ni plaisir bagay culturel en Ozo et puis l'occasion touristique Trafalgar. Selon un parole qui sorti, Discover Dominic Authority qui continue de travailler et puis autorité a de manière de chaîne ces autres touristes bien unique. Comme ça, il y a demandé public là pour coopération à eux en info salam. Il y a aussi demandé public là pour faire touristes bienvenus en pays là pendant qu'il a visité. Finalement, Dominique a tapé bon envie pour consommer bagaille local nous produit. Avec ça là, sorti du ministre commodité Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, pendant le gouvernement fait présentation l'argent pour compagnie d'Apex à Siemens Salam.
Nous savons, nous pour faire pli, nous avons parlé pour monde à Dominique pour manger ça nous avons planté. Because on le monde qui vivre pour un longtemps à Dominique, quand yon sanane, on yon le monde comme ça. Et bien, nous parlons pas de ça. Dans toutes ces qualités fast food, ça, qui a fouillé, toutes ces qualités magiques. Oui, ou ça magique, il y a 2-3 jours. Mais pour baisser nous, ça, pour qu'on nous pour manger qui est bien fort. Et bien, ça, nous avons pour produire à Dominique, il est bien fort. Donc, actuellement, depuis nous faire ça, nous ne pouvons produire pour l'autre pays, comme c'est pour nous exporter, ça export development. Et je dis, ça nous fait, nous avons des DPEX qui prend l'argent ça pour y payer en plateau pour produire, nous exporter avec ça taper l'argent. Avec ça qui aide à trade Dominique, comme si nous qui taper l'argent pour comme si manger trade déficit ça nous là. Depuis nous ça produire, nous ça exporter.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est toute mon nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moins c'est McPherson c'est Luce. Ni une bonne saison en dépendant. Au revoir.
Coming up next, the tip of the day.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
In today's tip, we'll discuss ways to teach children responsibility. Assign some accountability. Age-appropriate chores are a simple way to teach your child responsibility. Let him or her make decisions.
Letting your child make some of her own choices will teach her accountability and help her to gain independence. Younger children should be offered limited options, but give her the chance to choose from them. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching.